Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toku Portal podcast for Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. I am Vashi V. Joining me today is
Right. Welcome to Ryusoulger episode 44. Uh, so,
my God, what an episode!
Creon is gonna go look for Wiseru. And that's all we're gonna see of him this episode. Bye.
But at least, even with it being a quick brush off of him, it's still done really well.
Yeah, like, it's setting up for later, because right now we've got a lot of other shit to sort through.
Because for me, it's one of those oh, he's still sad. I felt bad, and then he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go find Wiseru." I'm like,
Yeah, Creon
yes,
is
yes,
acting on
thank
his
you.
own for once.
And to me, it's that whole thank God you acknowledged that rather than just going, oh, look, I found his card. And then just keeping it as a keepsake. Creon acknowledged the same thought we had. Wiseru's not dead because his heart's not gone. But on to the holy shit of an episode.
Yeah, so...
this episode's got a lot of shit.
So, Saren has Oto taken hostage and demands Ryusoul Caliber in exchange for her life. And Melto encourages Ko to hand it over. Melto does.
Out of everyone who could have done so, this feels the most legit. Because we've already had the aspect of Melto's very good at planning shit out.
This is actually his best plan yet.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Because this entire plan goes off with no words, just I could tell it from your eyes.
The look in his eyes of we're gonna beat up a motherfucker.
We're gonna wreck his shit.
Yeah, while Ko steps forward to hand over the sword, Melto silently and unnoticed changes and gets ready to wreck house.
It was one of those I was like, okay, so now this is just gonna be a let's get back Ryusoul Caliber kind of thing. And
they don't even lose
that's
that.
That's not what we get. He doesn't even give that up. And I was like, this was fucking great. The fact that there was the thing that threw me off was it was the quick henshin. Which, yes, we all know that there are different henshins for reasons. Because it's never explained how they trigger a quick henshin versus, a normal one. Beyond posing. So the fact that he henshins silently is amazing, and to the point where you don't even see the effect or glow until they do the flashback. It's fantastic. Wish there was a little bit more explanation of how the quick henshins work versus the normal ones, but I don't think we're ever going to get that explanation in any series ever.
No, the real issue here is that there was no noise when he henshined. No, so, Kono Kanji!
There's none of that. You don't hear the fucking thing sliding around because it makes a distinct noise when you do it. The brace. It's nothing. We hear nothing.
Hell,
it's oh look, he's blue.
There was at least 3 to 4 guards behind Melto looking in that direction that didn't see what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, there are some glaring logic problems here, but to be fair to the Jordians, these are also the same people who thought a giant dinosaur was a reindeer. They're not the brightest group to exist. I mean, neither are the real soldiers, for that matter, because they thought the same thing. I'm sorry, I cannot get over that scene in that episode. Like that is my new when the villains are dumb, that's going to be my example of, well, yes.
So, uh, with Oto safe, uh, she quickly goes to hug Melto and thank him. And Kanalo acknowledges Melto as his brother-in-law.
After initially having the same reaction he's every time that's happened. I will never get I will never get old of the crestfallen Connell. It's a great trope and it works great.
You know what this means, though? He's acknowledging that his younger sister has found a spouse before he did.
Yeah. Well, to be fair to, Connello, he's acknowledged the fact that his mission comes first.
Yeah. He had his chance with Akiko.
Apparently he's had a few chances because he, wouldn't stop being, anal about shit. Because he's lost 2 women that way. The one at the restaurant, and then the one from the underwater temple that came up to be a movie producer. Like, it's bad when you piss off your own people with your shit.
It's too bad Sawa was already married. Oh, you know who I liked? The dojo girl. If only she wasn't If only she wasn't already engaged.
Right. Or that temple lady who was also already married.
Yeah.
God, Kanalo was bad back in the beginning.
Alright. So, the Jordan, Helis makes another Jordan commander. Yaba sword or some shit. And he just flails about with his swords, and then he trips over his own dick and breaks his nose.
I mean, that pretty much sums him up for the majority of this episode.
But yeah, Precious decides to take him on a rampage. Also, there are 2 Gunjojis now.
Because reasons.
Yeah, just go with it. We needed more monsters for the heroes to beat up.
I mean, to be fair, the second one is literally there for device.
Yeah, because once the team splits up, so you got the 2 going for Sodden, Toambamba, the 2 going for 1 Gunjoji, Melto and Kanalo, and then Ko and Asuna go to stop Precious on a rampage with Yaba Sword and the other Gunjoji.
The one who's not, less than a day old.
Either way, they've both devoted their lives to protecting Precious.
This is why you gotta raise your kids right. If you raise your kids right, they'll lay down their lives for you, and you won't end up in a home.
And you won't have to threaten them by stealing their hearts.
Yeah.
So, which group do we want to discuss first? Let's go with
Let's start with Asuna and Ko.
Okay.
Only because the other ones all lead to the same point.
Alright. So Asuna and Ko get an amazing win. Uh,
Like everything about Asuna and Ko's is very, very unique for Sentai.
you see them taking on Gunjoji and Yabasort in one-on-one fights and holding their own too. They do get overpowered and are backed in a corner as Precious mocks them, but like they're fucking killing it for the most part.
And then we get the epic back-to-back fight. Like that to me was one of the most cinematically beautiful things that this series has done. Like everything about that from start to finish with that was just beautiful.
And when Yabasor decides to grow himself big, Ko jumps in Tiramigo to go fight him while Asuna continues the fight on the ground. Ready to just straight up 1v1 Precious. And you know what? She probably would have won.
Like I think if it was one-on-one at the start of the fight, then yeah.
Yeah, if it was an actual one-on-one, but no,
Because
Precious has...
this is more these other guys have already beat the shit out of you. Yeah, my turn.
Yeah.
It was kind of a handicap match by that point.
And when...
The point that I loved with all of this, as much as it seemed to like slow down the pace, was when it switched over to P10 and Tiramigo.
Right, because P10 is too scared of Precious to go out and fight, and Tiramigo is kind of calling him out for it, like, hey, you will regret it if you don't fight. And P10 gives my favorite line, I don't need logic right now.
Just like the writers at Zio.
And then Ui's dad comes in with strange advice that works.
I will admit, he's not wrong.
When you're afraid of something, just scream. It doesn't matter what you shout, just get it out.
And it's not just so much as overcoming fear, it's just like if you're doing something and you get to a point where it's like, I don't think I can finish this or blah or whatever. I've done that at work. I have yelled out blueberry muffin. Don't ask me why that's what I yelled at. It's the only thing that came to my head. And then just started, busting ass, and I got all my stuff done. It's a mentality thing. There's something about yelling something loudly and forcefully that kind of puts you in that mindset of, fuck it, I can do anything. It's very good advice. And then we get the epic thing. So who knew P10 was his own mech? I forgot about that.
Oh, I didn't. And I was actually kind of hoping we would get what we got, where P10 comes in and Oto is riding him.
Oh, we got more than that. Oto wasn't just riding P10. That's what it started as.
Oh yeah, no, she jumped
Oto
in,
fucking piloted
the mech. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like I was hoping for that. The only thing that would have made it better would be if she was wearing a Sentai suit.
Oh, 100%. Like when I saw Oto in like her riding the mech, that's something that I would not have batted an eye at. Of her showing up riding P10, because they've already been in the air together once before. But with this aspect of her actually in it piloting the damn thing, was fucking adorable. There's just something about Oto that's just adorable. Especially when she's, doing the I'm gonna power up fight thing. Like right before P10 uses that blizzard breath, whatever the attack it is.
Also, Asuna goes to a great moment where she would have uh, possibly knocked Precious right off his fucking feet if Precious didn't have a living bodyguard.
Yeah, because she did about wreck his shit right at that moment. If not for Gunjoji jumping in the way. Like, and the sad thing is, like, as much as I hate the fact that it was used this way, I actually enjoyed the fact of when Asuna stands up is like, "What? You can't see our soul?"
What are you gonna do by yourself?
And then Precious turns around and goes, "What? You can't see ours?" Like, see, having Precious turn that was fantastic because it lets you use your own mythology, your own mentality for you guys as a group, and go, "Why are we any different? Just because we're the bad guys?"
Well, for one,
To be fair, Precious is just, manipulating a bunch of
Precious
shit.
is just manipulating people to die for him, as opposed to an actual sense of camaraderie.
Right, which I 100% accept that. But it was just a wonderful thing. It's like, because we usually don't see that through, primarily through Sentai, where the villains use the Sentai team's logic of, friendship is magic against them.
Yeah, we have teamwork too. He protects
Even if it
me,
is
and I
bullshit.
end the fucking fight.
Like, it's 100% bullshit on, Precious's side, but under normal circumstances like this, to me, it would have, the only thing that would have made it better is if Wizaru would have been the one who say it when if Creon jumped in front of him. Like, that would have 100% made that legit.
And Ko and Oto actually do manage to overpower Yabasword with their mechs, forcing Precious to retreat.
And Yabasor to continue to trip over his dick as he's running away because he, fell as he shrunk. He then apparently dropped his sword, started to run away, and then went back for it. Couldn't find it, and then he ran around in a circle looking for it, and then picked it up and ran away.
When you're introduced in the last 3 episodes, you gotta have some character.
And because that's the thing, is because they usually don't give just the random let's defeat the general, because that's really all he's there for.
Yeah, he's literally just the monster of the week.
It just happens to be a general. But to give him character is fantastic. Especially this level of character of he's new, childlike, high energetic, is everything about it. I'm like, everything about it, I'm like, yes, I want more of this. I would have been okay if he was this, he'd been introduced at the start of the show and had been like this the entire fucking show. Because if he was, he might have beat Creon for my favorite villain.
So, for Karna Elemental, there's not much. The group starts fighting together, but then they break off in 2 different 2-on-1s, with Karna Elemental taking on the other Gunjoji, which they defeat pretty easily. So now there's only one again. Well, that's not entirely true. That Gunjoji, in a last-ditch effort, attempts to blow himself up.
Which leads us into Toa and Bomba's fight against Sodden,
who sees what's happening and decides to put a fucking stop to it by shooting his sword through Gunjoji and piercing the bombs.
Because da 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 da,
Sudden,
Sodden is Master Black.
which they tease in the episode when Toa and Bamba start fighting him with just like with certain things that he says, comments that he makes that's like, wait, really? But it's
Which is why initially when Geizorg shows up, we thought Geizorg was Master Black.
right. Something that would have made sense.
In this episode, what solidifies it is the show me your strength. Which I think in the way he words it, this one is I thought you were going to show me your strength.
And Toa ends up figuring it out. Good for him. See, Melto, he can use his brain.
He put his brain and speed to use and stopped the fight. To which then we get the exposition dump. Somewhat.
Helis can't be destroyed by Ryusoulger, so he became a Druidon to try and defeat Precious. Because Precious is the real big bad, because Precious was just biding his time until Helis could absorb Ryusoulger and revive.
Which his confusion that Ryusoulger was getting weaker, which is why Set sent him to go get it. Well, part of the reason because that was signifying that she was, Helis was, leeching Ryusoulger to that point of, oh shit. The confusion on his face I thought was hilarious, given the fact that that's literally why he was there. Like, he should have been well aware of that scene as he was following Precious. And also, here's my question. Is Precious aware that he's Sodden?
No. Next episode preview, Precious is actually pissed that he's betraying him.
Okay. Because that was the only aspect I was confused on, is whether or not that he was Master Black or not.
It seems like the answer is no, based on the preview.
Okay, that works.
So yeah, the others drop that, like, yeah, Set let us know. Wait, you guys know Set? Like, yeah, he sometimes talked to us. Okay, I need to talk to him right now. And that's the note we leave off on.
Which, not a bad way to end the episode. Like, they gave us enough to bide our time and then set up for what could be interesting shit.
Yeah, because, like, you've got the most experienced Ryusoul tribe members coming together. They're probably gonna... And Vashi just... Okay, you're back now.
Yeah, my Discord wigged out for a second.
But yeah, like, there are the... Okay, is this gonna keep happening?
Apparently, hopefully it'll stop.
You've got the two oldest Ryusoul tribe members who were there, like, not basically during the war, probably not, but, like, I don't know how old they are. But, like, you got the two oldest who know what the fuck is up. They come together and put their heads together. They can probably figure out a plan for the newbies to, like, execute.
Like, and I love that in the aspect of usually we just get the, oh, well, power of friendship is better than anything, of an excuse of why we can do shit that nobody else could do before now. Like, even if that's literally all it is, at least we had the, let's figure it out portion of it.
So yeah, this is how you fucking set up for the end of a show.
Oh, 100%.
Regardless of how you felt about the show up to this point, they are definitely nailing the ending here. Uh, it's like the, the show had an interesting start with like, all right, the three main members became official like real soldiers, and their masters fucking die because Tangjo and the Minosaur kill them. And it's like, okay, now they're off on their own to go fight the Druidons that have resurfaced after millions of years. And find the Kishiryu and whatnot. And it was a pretty strong start. Well, maybe. It was a pretty solid first episode, at least. And they kind of carry it forward. The introduction for Yui was pretty rough. I still say that Yui should have been introduced at minimum episode 2, because she didn't do much for the first episode. But then they start introducing the concept of Minosaurs and like how that affects the people. I would say the show had a pretty good start, and then it just kind of goes in a weird direction as it's, up and down with its quality for a bit, and playing it safe in some aspects but not in others. But hey, it's been pretty consistent for the past few episodes.
And like I'll agree with that. It's like just to start with, I was very meh with this series because aside from a few key things, like everything about it felt very very familiar. In the aspect, it was all shit we've seen before, just done different ways. It's like it wasn't until the story started to really start making its headway, which was focusing more on Creon, the introduction of Wiseru, and all that, is like where it started to pick up steam and feel like its own thing, and it has continuously gotten better since. It's
Uh,
like as much as I did not like the start of this show, like I am 100% invested into this.
oh, definitely. I'm gonna miss Creon when the show is over, and Asuna.
Um, like through this is like because I was talking with King a little bit before the podcast. I only have two complaints with this show, and that's taking the show as a whole. And I've already mentioned this one earlier in this episode. Nobody should have fallen for the Real Souls trap on Christmas, or even thought the trap would work. And the weird pirate music, I still don't get that. Like the weird pirate background music. It makes
Oh
no
yeah,
sense to me as a choice.
yeah. Episode 1, I was just like, why am I hearing Pirates of the Caribbean? And even on a rewatch, I was like, yep, that sounds like the start to the Pirates of the Caribbean music.
Like, and it hasn't stopped. It's in every episode, or at least some variation of the pirate music.
I don't
Like
notice it
sometimes
anymore,
sometimes,
but
right, and that's the thing is like I still notice it, but my brain just goes, no, this is now epic. Like it's just gotten to that point where my brain's recognizing it as this is the awesome music. This is for when the episode gets awesome and shit's going down and whatnot. Or like the big turnaround music where the good guys start to come back. Or, when they use friendship as magic. Like it's to me it's gotten to the point where that's what it signifies. Like, but there's still times where I'm sitting there going, no, that's pirate music. Why is there pirate music in my dinosaur show?
that's
Let me
sometimes
rephrase that.
about knights.
No, it's not. How many knights did you see in One Piece?
No, I'm talking
It
about
was the
Ryusoulger.
Marines. I know. Well, that's what because you said pirate music is like it's sometimes knights.
I thought you were talking Ryusoulger. It's like you got like pirate music in my dinosaur show.
Like, I mean, 100% is like that very much is the answer of it. It was more of a question of why and how did you think this was a good idea? I'm not arguing the fact that it is a good idea because it's fantastic. It just, I feel it just takes a decent amount of time to get used to. And even so, it's like, even now, there's still moments where I'm like, pirate, 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 dinosaur. Like, I kind of want to have a translated, you know, video of that meeting of them pitching, let's put pirate music in this. Because at least one person had to look at him and go, whoever it was, and go, that's dumb. And then that guy apparently got chucked out a window. Yes, I referenced an old meme, leave me alone.
Oh.
But with us reaching the end of the show, it's like I highly recommend the show to anybody. Like Pixie started watching on Christmas. Mainly because she was bored and waiting for 01 to come out. And that was what, episode 40 something? Is it 39 or 40, somewhere around there? And she's hooked. She literally jumped in at the tail end of the show and is hooked. That's got to tell you something about the quality of the show. For somebody who has no idea behind it, beyond the fact that, yes, they've watched Power Rangers. To go, this is awesome, and I want to watch more of it, it says a lot about the quality of the show. Be it the writing, the actors, is like everything about it. So I can't really knock this show anymore. I mean, we haven't been, I think, literally the last time we knocked it was on Thursday, and that was because it was a terrible, terrible movie.
Yeah.
It's like, and aside from that, it was like within the first 10 episodes, I think we stopped doing it. It was like by the 10th episode, we're like, no, this is good. It had its flaws because there's not a show that doesn't. No matter how good a show is, there's going to be flaws. Like I will be pointing out one in the next episode, in tomorrow's podcast, because damn, there's a flaw. Not so much with the show, but with somebody's plan. Yeah, somebody's a dum-dum. Anything else you want to add about this episode and or series?
No, I think I'm set for this week. There will be a lot more to talk about next week, though.
Because shit's going down.
Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow for Kamen Rider 01, and next week for more Ryusoulger while it lasts.
Thank you all for listening. We'll see you tomorrow, and if not, we'll be back next week. And yeah, while it lasts, because I will be sad to see it go.